honestly didn't know what to expect with this film, but I figure I should still check it out. And I think this was a pretty good film. Maybe not directly for me being the general audience for this film, but it is relatable to everybody. And I'm here to break it all down. So let's jump into the review now of the new film, The Sky is Everywhere. What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're reviewing the film The Sky is Everywhere, coming to Apple TV Plus February 11th. Now, I consume a lot of content and media from Apple TV Plus, and knowing that this was recently about to be released, I had a chance to check it out. That's okay. Let's see what it is. I knew nothing about it, knew anything about it. I've never seen the trailer, never seen anything, but let's just see what they have. I got a little bit of spare time, and I gotta say that this film was a very cute film, and it did some really cool things, especially with the cinematography. I thought the cinematography was probably some of the best parts about it, besides the acting. I thought was pretty damn good as well too. But it told a story that's sort of refreshing, but also very relatable, and that's because it's really centered around grieving, and that's like the relatable factor for everybody. Everybody has lost something or someone, and being able to put yourself into those mindsets or into those emotions, that's where you really connect with either a character or overall the film. And that's, I got to start off by saying, by Grace Kaufman, who plays Lennie, the lead here, does a fantastic job in doing that. She makes the connection with the viewers instantly. And she's 17 years old. She is considered, as they say, a musical prodigy, but she has just lost her best friend and her sister unexpectedly, very sudden, in the same fashion that she lost her mother. And with that, her world changes. She's 17. The world is still very big to her. And she thought she was going to navigate this world with her sister the entire time. I mean, it was even kind of emotional when she, a scene where she says that her sister said that, she would never leave her. And, the reality that she has now passed is like sort of like a bit of loss of trust, and a bit of kind of wandering the earth with no guidance, because everything that she thought isn't. And that's like a very deep and passionate root of this story that you can get behind no matter what your age is. But with that being said, this is why I feel like it's not really directed for my audience, because it is, she's 17, so it goes back into that more of that teenage audience, because Lennie then gets herself involved in a love triangle between a new classmate and Joe, played by Jacques Colimon. And then it's even kind of crazy saying this, but I will explain it. And then her sister's ex-boyfriend, Toby, played by Pico. Now you're probably thinking what? If she loves her sister that much, how could she actually be talking to her sister's ex-boyfriend? Her ex-boyfriend, who's also grieving just as much as she is. And then there's that bit of understanding between the two of them, because they're both feeling the same thing for a person that is now gone from their lives, which brings the two of them together. Not in a more of a directive way, not in a more of a preying on the vulnerability. It's almost like a very odd circumstantial relationship that the two of them found understanding in one another because of what they're both going through. Now, again, I'm sure there's at a point of somebody in their life where you realize that two people that have the same interest in something for the wrong reasons ended up wanting to date each other. And I think this is one of the ones where you have to understand, in the process of grieving, they have to really process these things, and yet they weren't, and they just started to act on emotion, and that's what led the two of them together. So that's that. But this film pours on a lot of emotions. It really does. And with that, we're going down the journey of Lennie, who not only is trying to navigate the world without any guidance, but also like her almost being removed from the world in which she knows it. So a lot of the passions that she was accustomed to, such as playing the clarinet, she just completely lost all bit of motivation for it. Just not really knowing how to deal with her emotions. She's doing she's a lot, and she frequently calls her sister's cell phone and talks to her through her voicemail, because she's looking for a signal. And that's kind of how Joe gets introduced, because she says, please send me a signal that you're there. And then Joe, this new classmate of hers, really now becomes, you know, her outlet to, and maybe her way to continue to go forward in life. But again, did she go with that, or did she go with this other situation that she has? And she's just conflicted with this situation. But I gotta say, in terms of cinematography, this film was shot beautifully in all aspects. And then some of the imagery that they used with some of the special effects to really bring some of these, should I say, almost these ideas to life. Like, it's a bit of a styling, like a comic styling art that's brought to life. I don't know how to really explain this besides like something almost like Mary Poppins, I want to say. I don't know. But they bring these sort of imagery to life in a three-dimensional way of what these characters are feeling and what are they thinking, and they bring them to life on the screen. And how this is all shot with the effects and everything is done really, really, really good. Really the highlight of it. And then Grace, as I said, as your lead, she really does a fantastic job. And that's not to take anything from the other two, because I thought Pico does a fantastic job into bringing that very high tension but kind of awkward relationship that the two of them have. And then Jacques is like the one that's like, you know, he's been through his own stuff, but the one that's actually trying to be the positive solution for her. Not the white knight, but just actually just being a very genuine, sincere guy. I thought he does a really convincing job too, is presenting us as being like a good solution. This isn't Twilight between Edward and Jacob, where you're just like, I don't know who to choose. I think it's very evident who she chooses in this one, and I think Jacques in playing Joe makes it very clear as well too. But with that being said, I thought this film was good. I enjoyed it visually, the special effects, everything came together really good. Good story, very relatable story. And for the teens, I think it's very good for the teens. I think they will enjoy it. But overall, for everybody, because everybody has lost something or someone, I think that connection really will help people enjoy this film. So, but this film is called The Sky is Everywhere, coming to Apple TV Plus February 11th. Jump in the comments, folks. Let me know your thoughts about this when you check it out. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon. Thank you for watching, folks.
Big gold bell.